Dum-dum, Tweedle-dum-dum, Tweedle-dum-dum, Tweedle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and covered, ducked and covered.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
And you,
and you and you.
duck and cover.
Hello, South Africa, and welcome to episode 10 of Duck and Covid. We have officially reached 10 episodes. That means we can now officially start dressing in Apocalypse Square. This is how we're going to look when the apocalypse hits, which is now. Oh, yeah. We were supposed to have James McGregor on, but since he can't make it, I'm the only hot redhead that we have left. My co-hosts are here. We have good old Maddie and good old Dougie. Say hi, guys.
What's
Before
up? Hello.
Before we get into the party, Dougie, hit us with the news. What's happening?
Okay, well, in truth, there has been very, very little happening. The DA put out a call to have this essential items only being sold in places like Checkers scrapped. They think it's ridiculous that you can go into Checkers and buy a tin of beans, but you can't buy baby clothes because that doesn't count as an essential item. I mean, if the store's open, the store's open. What the hell is the point of stopping you, from buying an item that's on the shelf? You're there anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit ridiculous, but yeah, that's what they've called. Other than that, there really hasn't been much in terms of the stats today. The most interesting thing is that there's been yesterday we gave the number of total cases at 1,055,000. Well, there are 100,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. Now 1,104,000 cases. That is active cases of 853,000. So 300 odd thousand of those cases have resolved. That means that people have either recovered or they've passed away. Those people of the closed cases, that's the cases that are finished, 301,000. 240,000 have recovered, and 61,684 have passed away globally. That means that of the cases that have been resolved, finished, there is a 20% mortality. So let's hope that that pattern doesn't stick, because that's quite a high mortality rate.
It's quite a high percentage.
Yes, in terms of current cases, though, only 5% of cases that are currently active are considered serious. As for the epicenter of the virus, well, the epicenter of the virus is now the United States. They've got 290,000 cases confirmed in the United States, with over 7,500 deaths. So they are on their way up, but it's a slow. They don't have the numbers in terms of deaths the way Italy or Spain were having them. They're still averaging about 450, 500 deaths a day. So they haven't gotten near 1,000, which was what was happening in Spain, Italy. The interesting highlight of the last 24 hours is that the UK had the highest mortality rate with 708 deaths in the last 24 hours. As for South Africa, we have 1,505 confirmed cases. That's reported so far, with 9 deaths. So we're ticking up to 2.
Yeah.
So we've just got to, as we said yesterday when we heard about the 3 because we weren't sure whether it was 7 or 10. Well, smack bang in the middle, I suppose. We've got 9.
Okay.
So yeah,
single digits.
still in single digits.
It's a bad thing to celebrate, I guess.
So,
I know. Sorry.
So, no, I think that's we got to say, hey, we'll take the wins where we can, eh? They do say that at the moment there are 205 countries affected with this virus. countries and territories, and 2 international conveyances, which effectively, that means the cruise ships. So two international cruise ships and 205 countries and territories that are affected by the virus. And that's it for the stats.
Yeah, cool. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm just, before we start chatting, I just feel this is most apt for now. So.
3 billion human lives ended on August 29, 1997. The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. The only face a new nightmare war against machines. The computer which controlled the machine, Sky, sent 2 Terminators back in time. Their mission, to destroy the leader of human resistance, John Connor, my son. The first Terminator was programmed to strike me in the year 1984, before John was born. Failed. The second was set to strike John himself when he was still a child. As before, the resistance was able to send a little glory from John. It was just a question of which one would reach him first. Okay, that was that. I just thought
So that was a thing that happened.
That was the thing.
I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure why, but it did happen. Okay.
Random! That's what I'm here for, you know?
Does rather
So-
make me want to watch.
So for
Terminator.
anybody who's been watching this series thinking that they're going to be informed by some interesting person from somewhere around the world, no, sorry, on the 10th episode, all you get is Grant in a red wig doing the Terminator narration.
I don't know. I just
Turn off now and go
spirit-
watch Tiger King.
The spirit grabbed.
Yes.
Yeah. See me with my black nails.
Uh,
The point I'm trying to get across is that
This is the apocalypse.
I've reached madness now in my house.
It
I
took
think-
10
I lost-
days.
Fair to say.
I lost my sorting hat.
It took 10 days, but Grant has cracked.
I've cracked like
all
a
right.
1,000-year-old egg.
I must be honest. I don't think that the weather is helping at all in terms of the mindset. Like, for anybody who's like watching this, who's not in Joburg, it's been raining solidly for like 3 days, and I don't think it's gotten above 15 degrees. And
No,
I
it
don't.
is very
I for
cold.
one was not ready for it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, and you know what the worst thing is that it's all cloud cover. So what that means is that even in the middle of the day, it still feels like dusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's grey and cold and horrid, and we're going to set fires tonight. I mean, in fireplaces. We're not going to set fires in random places. Okay?
Anarchy!
We're not at the purge yet.
Yes, we're not at the purge yet. We're not encouraging arson.
Tune in 24 hours.
In fact, yeah, but I would say I today has felt to me like a Sunday, very much just a do nothing day. Whereas yesterday for me was when I got to the point of having been inside for too long, and I scrubbed everything. I moved everything out of my lounge, and I got under the couches, and I hoovered, and I mopped, and I put it back, and then I did it room by room, every single part of this house scrubbed,
Very nice.
just
you need
because I needed to do something.
you need a hobby, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I, for example, am building Lego right now.
Hey.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
What is that?
Can't you tell?
It's a
very
spaceship!
small
It's a
bulletin.
spaceship! What is it though?
Um,
Like for real?
Eventually, it'll look like that.
What is that meant to be? A
I don't
Borg
really
ship?
know what it is, but then I haven't
It
watched.
is actually a spaceship.
I haven't. I haven't watched the Lego Movie 2, and I feel like if I did, then I'd be able to tell you what it is. but I haven't.
Yeah.
So I have failed
Well,
you.
it's something
Pretty
to
cool.
stream. Lego Movie. That's
Yeah.
There you
can
go.
stream the Lego
2.
Movie.
It's got to be 2 though.
Sorry, the Lego Movie
Amazing.
2. Sorry, my
Very
cousin
important.
actually, she's living in KwaZulu-Natal. She went out and she bought Hogwarts
Wow.
in Lego, and she has been building Hogwarts out of Lego over the past week.
That's
Which
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
They actually have
That is
little
awesome.
Lego Dementors.
Oh, that's so cool! I want okay. Just send a picture of one, please. This is lovely. Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, like, yeah, I wish I had Lego with me.
Well,
That
that's
is
just it. You
something to
can't
do.
buy it now because it's not an
You
essential
can't.
item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Indeed.
think
Yeah.
you'd have a hard time explaining to the police why you were coming back home with just boxes of Lego in the back. Although, if
Yeah.
half of the posts from parents is anything to go by, then that might actually be an essential item at this point.
Yeah. This is going to prevent
Well,
me from murdering my child.
In fact, we need to find someone who is a parent to talk to because I want to know how they're getting on.
Yeah. We've got plenty of contacts. Let's do it.
We'll
let's
find
get
a
parents on
find
here.
a parent to discuss the easiest way to hide the body of a 5-year-old.
We should get Nicole back on. She is a 5-year-old.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
Hi, Nicole. As a counselor, how's it going with your child weekly? Shame, but I can tell you, my neighbors, they have 2 little ones. I think the one is a toddler. She must be about 4 or 5, and the other one is still like baby. But also, like, and when 2 days back, the toddler had one of them tough days.
Yeah.
She was like having a full-on tantrum cry every half hour, and I just thought to myself, I am so glad that I'm gay. Like, no offense, I love kids, but like, if I want a kid, it's going to be 100% my decision to have one. But as I felt for those parents, because that girl was not being, she was not having it at all.
You got to put them in the room, lock the door, and force them to nap.
Glass of water, crust of bread.
A colleague of mine was telling me during the week that that before the lockdown they went and bought a whole bunch of chocolate and then hid it in their cupboards in their room. So their 5-year-old, either 5 or 6-year-old, got into their room, found the stash, and then locked himself inside their room and was sitting on their bed, slowly opening all of the chocolates and eating them. So my colleague, his dad, was standing at the window out in the garden of his room, trying to negotiate with his 5-year-old to unlock the door and let him in.
I bet you they're going to get a lot of COVID nightmare stories when we get out of here.
They
People's 21st speeches.
Yeah. He is very lucky that he is 5 in this generation. If he'd been 5, say, right after the war, I can imagine a horsewhip being used.
That door would be broken down. The kids wouldn't be able to walk for a week.
Although, could you get chocolate after the war? I mean, this might be an academic point.
It depends. It depends where you were. I mean, Britain was still under sugar ration, but America never had an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was born in 41, and they came out here in, I think it was 53 or 54, right, to Rhodesia, as it was then, on a cruise ship. And they stopped in Italy. Now, take into account that this is 10 years after the war, and sugar was still on ration in England. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, that's how
no, they
little
were on
had.
ration for years.
They were on ration for years. He to Italy, and they, it was one of those, stop for lunch in the Italian ports, and you get off the ship for a little bit before continuing on to Africa. And so they get off. His mother, my grandmother, his mother, and his sister, and they head to a restaurant. And they get to the table, and there's sugar in a bowl on the table. My dad says they've got sugar on the table. He says, "Oh, yes, they do." He says, "What the hell is this? I thought we won the war." Anyway, his mother told him to shut up, and she proceeded to take the sugar and pour it into a handkerchief and put it in her handbag.
Yes. Oh God, that is so English.
That is so English. That is very English.
And then she put a tissue in his sleeve.
Almost certainly.
Oh gosh. I've just had a thought now, like when this lockdown finishes, police still need to be on the streets, because I think they go out and they're absolutely smashed. Like the parties, the post-lockdown parties are going to be insane. We'll probably have a chlamydia outbreak, to be honest.
I think I'm going to stay home for another week just to avoid them, I dare say.
Yeah. Like all the population that survived COVID are going to die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. I've got to say though, it's worked out a little bit weird as well though, because if we do come out after 21 days, we're going to come out into a Friday, right? So everybody's going to rock up for work on the Friday, having not been there for 3 weeks, and then it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be like a false start. It's going to be the weirdest thing ever.
Oh my gosh! My gosh!
What do you suppose the odds are? I mean, what are the odds? Taking bets now. That the lockdown ends after 21 days. What, 2-to-1 odds? 10-to-1 odds?
I don't know how it works, but I severely doubt it. I think we'll go on at least another week.
I would agree with you. I think.
Sorry, watchers. Like, I don't mean to add to the lockdown anxiety, but I don't think 21 days is going to cut it.
I agree. I think it is going to be longer than 21 days. Although, and this is just a slight little, like me getting something off my chest, is if everybody would stop frigging jogging and walking their dogs when they're not supposed to, we might actually have a better chance.
Absolutely. And I mean, of course, the 70% full taxis are going to have no effect on the spread of the virus whatsoever. It's the people jogging and walking their dogs. They're the real threat.
You see, I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew you were going to.
No, it's definitely a bit of a shit show, guys. But
yeah, no, look, I mean,
only time will tell, eh? Only time will tell.
Yeah. No, only time will tell. But
if it doesn't happen, I mean, it took 9 days to get us in hats. What's going to happen?
By day 20, I'll be in full drag. I've got the makeup.
I dare say I've just heard the UK may be extending until the end of May.
Wow.
End of May.
That's a long time.
It's 3 months pretty much. I mean, remember they're a couple of days, so it's 2 months of lockdown. But then their numbers are a lot higher than ours. Yeah, I mean, take into account that, as I said, they had 700 deaths in the last 24 hours. And 708 deaths in the last 24 hours, and they had new cases in the last 24 hours of 3,735. I mean, they've got 42,000 cases in the UK. So we are we're okay compared to them, and
Yeah.
as long as the numbers don't spike too much, we should be fine.
I'm saying just right off the top of my head now. I mean, I know we're only in a week so far, a week and a bit. I feel like I can handle 21 to 29 days odd. I feel like if we had to do this for another 2 months, I might go a little bit insane.
Yeah. The money that I'm saving to survive lockdown might go to another PlayStation game.
But
you know, like I'm not going to eat, but at least I can play Mortal Kombat until I die.
Yeah. Can you buy that online?
You can.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it'll be a downloaded thing. You won't have to go out and buy a non-essential item.
Yeah. No, you just go onto the PlayStation online store. It's all very slick and smooth.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
And Matt, I wanted to ask: has St. Mungo's not developed a cure for this yet?
Who?
St. Mungo's.
I don't know who that is.
Hospital for Witches and Wizards.
Oh.
Shame! Shame!
You want to know why though? Because the church that my mom used to go to when I was a kid was called St. Mungo's. I'm like, how do you know? What? I'm so confused.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things. Let's get all the references in while we're at it.
Yeah.
Geek episode, I think.
No, they can't cure Muggle disease, man.
Yeah.
So you're
Muggles
saying
need to live by natural selection.
So this is a Muggle disease. You're saying witches and wizards do not suffer from COVID?
No.
I think it's about time for another Inquisition, and we burn them at the stake.
I like my witches medium rare.
With a bit of tartar sauce.
Yes. We've hit the half-hour mark, so I think that's enough craziness for our watches. So I think these 10 people have had enough.
So for anybody who's actually watched this far, thank you for wasting half an hour's worth of your life that you'll just never get back.
Yeah, we hope you've been entertained, and you've had enough geek references to get you through Saturday evening or Sunday morning when you watch this.
Do us a favor, take pictures of yourself and put them in the comments with hats on.
Yeah. Yes. Let us know what your apocalypse outfit will look like. Remember, you can only use stuff in your home that you already have. Not that you can go and buy. That makes sense. Yeah. Love to hear.
Okay.
We'd love to hear from the 10 of you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, South Africa. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
We will try and get a guest in tomorrow, I promise.
He never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and covered. Duck and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you. Duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing.